I mentioned 7-2 records for both of these teams. The difference was the for and against. The Roosters, one of the great attacking performances right throughout the season. Their for and against +164 compared to the Titans +14. But they won the tight ones, and that's why they're here, Ruth.
Yeah, they did. And Alana spoke pre-game about the last couple of weeks where they've been managed to pile some points on. And I think that's a real positive heading towards the pointy end of the season. But like you said, they've had a lot of opportunity and a lot of experience throughout this year in those clutch moments. So, you know, we spoke about this. If they can bring them into a dogfight, they'll push them all the way here, the Titans.
Wait for the whistle. Okay, stay on side.
The semi-final at Allianz is underway for the right to face Newcastle in the big one on Sunday week. And it's brought back by Martor, who won the Player of the Year award for the Titans for the second consecutive year. It was handed out during the week. And now Politi on play too, the fullback getting involved. Normally it's Elliston off the back of Martor, but not this time. Here's Jess ready to go, receiving from Georgia Hale in that ball-playing lock roll. And Elliston with some great go forward. Now the halfback, Brown. Turning bend underneath, and listen to that contact from Hilmawana, who's earned the start in the 16 jumper in company with Koenig. Roosters defence up so quickly, led by Keely Davis. Both her and Boyle fresh and ready to go after missing out last week. Not a very deep kick. And taken by Mia Wood, who's on the left wing for the Roosters. Great chase, though.
Brilliant chase. Some good intent, though, to start this game from the Roosters defensively. They understand just how much power the pack here for the Titans has. And now, looks like the Titans are returning serve.
Fressard, as the outside backs get involved for the Roosters. Look back at their regular season meeting. It was a comfortable victory for the Roosters up at Seabus on the Gold Coast, 30 points to 8. But you look back at how many disallowed tries there were for the Titans. There were 3 of them that were really near misses. And you score those tries, it's a very competitive ball game, and that's what we expect today.
Absolutely, and they've definitely found that little bit of a click in their attack. It's much more in sync. Tara Nathan did a good job to regather the footy before getting away that kick, but they just look a lot more comfortable in attack now, the Titans.
Yeah, went to Canberra last week and couldn't afford to lose that game by a margin against the Raiders. They blew them away very early on and won that game in the nation's capital, 30 points to 6 to book a top 3 spot.
I think the start of this game is really important. Getting the first points on the board. The Roosters are far more comfortable being front runners. That's a bad error.
Yeah, Williams-Guthrie pushed the pass and made it tough on Brayley Narty. So the Roosters get the field position thereafter. And for more on the conditions, it's down to Marley Silva.
Yes, it's some perfect conditions for finals footy here at Allianz Stadium, sitting at about 18 degrees, and there is a nor'easterly breeze coming from behind the Titans, blowing at 19 kilometres an hour. There's also a nice crowd building, very heavy support for the Roosters. Saw a lot of flags going and a big cheer with that mistake there.
So they've split it. 3 players either side here from the centre field scrum, and they go to Aiken, one of the superstars of the comp. Trying to glide her way through, but Williams-Guthrie is an elite defender and saw what was brewing there. Inside the red zone, with ball in hand for the first time, the Roosters, led by Millie Boyle here. Davis looking left and right. Goes to Joseph, onto Kelleher, Koenig, Baxter. Wanted the winger to come underneath. Is that a knock-on by Fressard?
Yep.
Yes, that's the call.
Just missing the assignment there on that edge. They created some space and Baxter was shifting out, sliding out to the right, wanted Fressard to come back against the grain. You can see her here. She identified that Mino Sinapati was just sinking back in and she was going to be able to get her to bite. But a little bit unsettled with ball in hand. Good in defence both sides, but attack, both looking just a little bit nervous to start this game.
Understandably so. Titans playing in just their second final in the NRLW. They were fast finishers in that game against the Dragons at Leichhardt in the 2021 season. trying to reach the grand final for the first time. The Roosters have been there, done that. Been in 3 previous grand finals and won it all in that 2021 season. Here's Hale, the captain, moving it on to Martor. Boulay and Boyle both involved in the tackle. Now Hale. Run into Hilmawana. Kept her feet throughout though. Real powerhouse, the number 13 for Gold Coast. Martor again. 2 runs in 3 plays from Shannon. That's the work rate that he's got all those back-to-back gongs as the player of the year. And Kiriaratu chases time their run as well. Canfield and Williams-Guthrie. Tackle appeared to slip a little high, and that's the call.
Oh, and a little bit of push and shove afterwards too. Canfield mistimed it. It's that bit of late footwork by Baxter. And Kiriaratu without the headgear this week. If people can't recognise her, that's why. Normally we see her in a headgear.
Boulay, real powerhouse.
What a run. She's so good.
Up over halfway. Back to centre field they go. Aiken popping up right-hand side now for Baxter, and great read defensively by Minol Sinapati. Is it knocked on in there? No, good clean take by Baxter with a boot flying in at the same time. Here's Hilmawana. Fotu Moala dropped back to the bench.
Nice.
Oh, space opening up here for Bridie Parker. Looks to the outside, finds Fressard, and in cover, Minol Sinapati made up the ground. It's still on here for the home team. They sweep it from one side to the other. As she does so often, Keely Joseph just straightens things up. Aiken wants it left-hand side. Dabbing one in behind, Politi with a fantastic read.
Well, you can see the intent from this Roosters side. They really want to shift the ball and spread out the defence of the Titans. Oh, no.
Keely early.
Keely Davis offside, not happy with that one. But you can just see they're trying to move them around. They've got a really powerful pack. That was a lovely ball from Koenig to Bridie Parker. We'd normally see Jessica Surgis, of course, on that edge, playing in the centres. But Bridie Parker's slotted in and totally owned that centre position. She's such a good player.
Did Minol Sinapati do well there? Because Frez only comes up to her armpit. And she did really well not to take her head off in that tackle.
Terrific touch finder from Kiriaratu, gave it everything and just cleared Mia Wood. So they've dodged a couple of early bullets here, the Titans. Should be able to work their way down into the red zone on this set. There's the 1-2 punch of Martor, followed by Elliston. Bailey Nati, a former Dally M medalist, back to Hale. Kiriaratu, in her face was Izzy Kelly, and the little fumble went into the opponent, constituting the knock-on, says Casey Badger.
Well, we speak so much about Isabel Kelly's prowess in attack because she just eats through the metres, but she is a wonderful defensive centre. She read exactly where that ball was going. She got up in the face of Kiriaratu, took her time away from her, and just shut that one down.
Second best defence, conceding 120 points all season. Number 1 attack, 55 tries scored throughout the 9 home and away games, the Roosters. And here's Kelly getting a taste of her own medicine, head-to-head with Williams-Guthrie. Boyle targeting Brayley Nati. Davis asking for a penalty. There was plenty going on there with Elliston head-to-head with Millie Boyle. The former Broncos teammates. Lovely service from Davis. There's Koenig. Turned underneath. Joseph for Kelleher. Here comes Aiken, and weaving her way through traffic. What a pass that is to Wood on the outside, testing Brown. He did the disciplined thing. They've still got one more play. Brown lying around in the ruck, given the all clear. Aiken goes crossfield. Who wants it? Knocked down by Koenig, and the Titans stand tall again. All knees in the back for Loz Brown. That does not tickle.
When we saw Niall Williams-Guthrie jump out of the line for the Titans, that right centre, she does it quite a bit, and it looks brilliant when she nails the tackle and gets the read right. But just look out for Taryn Aiken exposing that edge and just watching and reacting to what Williams-Guthrie does and how she defends, because she's all or nothing. So if she commits in, it creates a lot of opportunity out there on that left edge.
Loz Brown did well to get up after copping that knee in the middle of the back from Hill Moana.
Yeah, and accidental. That's why the referee let it play on. But still, it's a tough one to hit.
Both teams into the grind here. 10 minutes in, no score as yet. Here is Brown, moving just fine, combining with Shaylee Bent. And there's two of the World Cup winning Jillaroos from nearly 12 months ago now. Brown's kick. And Baxter making up the ground, able to get there on the full. And Brown led the chase.
Led it very well too. Didn't make the tackle, but she slowed Baxter down enough for her players to come out and shut it down.
There's a lot of tired Roosters jerseys. 6 players in front of the play the ball then, just slowly making their way back on side.
Tenacious tackling from Georgia Hale, and then gets out of the ruck to ensure there was no penalty.
That's when the outside backs, Isabel Kelly, always leading the charge. They come in and chip into these meters made. Millie Boyle.
Ready and waiting for Elliston that time was Millie. Kelleher with room to get an attacking kick away. Plenty of hang time as well. Politi aggressive.
Great chase. She had an age to get that kick away, Kelleher. She got right under it too.
That's the importance of that final play the ball before the kick. Making it a quick one, often the feature of Jess Surges' game, who will hopefully be available for the grand final if the Roosters qualify. Battling back from that broken finger. Artur, no look pass to Politi, and the Roosters ready and waiting. Both coaches able to go to work on the video during the week and prepare for everything the opposition can throw at them. Elliston looking for the quick play the ball. Opening up room for Kiriaratu this time. Winger and fullback talking it over. And the experienced one, Corbin Baxter. Less than 12 months since she gave birth to her second child and been a key at the back this season for the Roosters. Rock solid defence, wasn't it, in the middle of the ground as Mia Wood was looking for room. Almost overrunning Kelleher was Fressard, but the timing was okay.
Nice little sinker play there. Trying to catch the Titans out around the ruck.
Kelleher. Lovely flat ball, and it was on, wasn't it? Waiting for the support to loom on her shoulder. It was Millie Boyle, but no one arrived. So Aiken floats one down this time to Politi.
You can see the time in play, just over 4 minutes, so there'll be a lot of fatigue for both sides at the moment. You can just see those Roosters and the Titans a little bit slow to get back behind the play the ball.
Fascinating to see when the coaches pulled the trigger on their first interchange to get some fresh forwards on in this kind of situation. Politi running straight back at Parker, who was on alert at marker. A little flat-footed here, the Titans. Still inside their own 40. Artur with some go forward. 3 tacklers required to stop her. Kiriaratu, who's going to make the first big mistake after this long sequence of ball in play. Or who can capitalise on the fatigue factor?
Well, it looks like the Roosters are already looking to make their change. Grace Hamilton is on the sideline with an interchange card.
On she comes for Hill Moana.
you can see there's definitely fatigue. A couple of one-up hits. To start the game, we saw the Roosters try and spread it on 1 or 2, just to spread out that Titans defence. That's the 3rd tackle that they've just gone up by themselves. Happy just to chew those metres and probably get to their kick.
Joseph now. Thought about forcing an offload out the back, but the 3 tacklers dealing with it. Now Kelleher. Politi calls her name again. The timing was exquisite from Olivia Koenig, but Minor Sinapati there to butter up for the Titans.
And it's made by the kick. The kick that Jocelyn Kelleher, a couple of times now, she's sat it up like that, and it's actually given her outside chasers enough time to get down there and put pressure on the receiver. If she catches that, Koenig flattens her.
Just went backwards from Politi, who got a touch on it. Strong run by Chapman. Done that a couple of times already. And earns the penalty. That's priceless at this stage because they were looking under enormous duress.
Oh, yeah, that is huge. 7 minutes since the last stoppage. What a run from Jamie Chapman. We highlighted her pre-game about the impact that she can have. She is an absolute weapon. And she's done just that for the Titans.
Last time they played in a final, the Titans, it was Chapman as a Dragon scoring a try in a win for St George Illawarra.
And it was a beautiful try too. Moved beautifully down that edge.
She scored 6 tries in her last 4 games, Jamie Chapman. And she's one to contain, particularly this close to the line.
Hale was calling for it. Kiriaratu had to search for it. It's gone backwards and again off Brown. The Roosters on the hunt for the footy there. Now they need some go forward again, the visitors. Hale provides that. Still 32 metres away from the try line that they seek. And another penalty late in the count. Able to get the quick tap going as well.
That was quite good gamesmanship there by Georgia Hale.
The great thinker of the game. Now Kiriaratu, no looker for Canfield, and again Kelly reading it with Aiken. Opportunity knocks for Gold Coast. Brayley Nati from dummy half. And getting down low, Poulet was important there. Now the depth on offer, left-hand side. Chapman out in front of Minor Sinapati, putting the footwork on.
That's good defence.
They slid from one side to the other comfortably, the Roosters. Now Brown for Hale. And ball wrapped up there on play 5. Options left and right. They go back to Brown, through the hands. Oh, teed it up beautifully, but somehow the Roosters come up with an answer. Chapman couldn't find Politi.
That was a beautifully worked play. We've seen throughout this year when Chapo's come back against the grain like that, she identifies space back on the inside, but then have a look at what Politi does. She just charges through the middle, stays connected there. That space was on, unfortunately, the ball just goes to ground.
Well, she had eyes for Corbin Baxter. She had a quick look, Ivania Politi, at Corbin Baxter right in front of her and was worrying about beating her one-on-one and not catching the footy. That's great defence from the Roosters. After back-to-back penalties, turning up for each other in defence like that, that was huge.
You didn't really need to worry about Baxter because if Politi catches that, no one's going to stop her. Just focus on the footy.
One job.
Here's Aiken. One of the best players right throughout the season, that memorable chip and chase try last time these teams squared off. Up on the glitter strip. Boyle missed the past couple of games with a shoulder that's strapped for this encounter. Joseph again. Tumbling it down to Politi, and it got away from the fullback.
And she's offside, that's
Yes.
a penalty.
But, taking one for the team there.
Well, it was another good kick, but that time Kelleher just turned the footy a little bit, so she kicked it on the belly of the ball, but it's all about that hang time. So because she turned it, it was wobbly. See that? She kicks it right in the middle, which just means it's not going end over end. It's quite wobbly. She had almost too much time. Ivania Politi came up with a fumble, and then unfortunately Karina Brown's in front of her. So
It's a gift shot at 2, isn't it? But they're going to tap it and go after having a long time to talk it over as well and get their breath back to put on a pet play. Hamilton set them up. She played in that 2020 grand final as a Rooster. Here's Aiken. Kool-Aid targeting Kiriaratu, who stood up to that challenge magnificently. Now Boyle trying to crash her way over. There's got to be space now after those back-to-back runs. Aiken wants to shift it. They go back to Poole for one more crack, and again the teenager Kiriaratu with help from Williams-Guthrie.
Yeah, strong defence from Williams-Guthrie.
They had to go right at some stage, and here it comes. Clever by Koenig. As the Titans were up quickly, having snatched it out of the sky. Still no score, 20 minutes in, but it might be brewing here. Kelleher's kick.
What a
This
pickup.
time, Politi. Oh, what a tackle, Freta.
What a pickup. Politi, she's had 2 errors back-to-back, and then she comes and attacks the football like that to get her team out of trouble. They turned the Roosters away absolutely beautifully there, the Titans. Look at this, look at this. Look at the pickup.
Well, it's a tribute to the coaching of John Strange and Karen Murphy so far. Both of these teams just defending exceptionally well. Spot in the grand final on the line. Gripping television on this Sunday afternoon on Nine's Wide World of Sports. Newcastle already there to defend their title next week. Who will join them? Kiriaratu. Straight to Baxter, but late Ben got away from Corbin. She trapped it with the first touch there pretty cleverly.
I'll tell you what, a testament to the fitness of both of these teams. We saw a period through there that there was 7 minutes without a stoppage. There's only been 1 interchange in 21 minutes, and it's been for the Roosters. So both of these teams very fit, very physical, and taking it to each other.
Kiriaratu being asked to make a stack of tackles. She's struggling a little bit now. The Titans number 6.
That's Poulet's job. That was her job all week. Get it, Kiriaratu. And then when Pasakala comes on, that'll be her job.
We'll look out for that as Aiken targeting that same side. Wonderful legs tackle, Brayley Narty, and it's the last here for Kelleher, who stabs it low this time and finds some grass. Oh, what a take, one-handed by Politi under enormous pressure.
Well, she certainly got the last couple right. I like the variety in Kelleher's kicking game. We've already seen a few different options from her, just keeping the back 3 of the Titans guessing, keeping them on their toes, but handled very nicely from Politi there.
The Olympic gold medalist, Ivania Politi, has been in the thick of the action so far, always is. Little stutter move by Shaylee Bent. There was no room to find in the Roosters' defence. Politi now has a go. Solid tackle over the top, Olivia Koenig. At every minute of the campaign, the right edge back rower for the Roosters. Baxter gets there on the full again. As we go down to Marley Silva.
Or as you were speaking about, there hasn't been a lot of interchanges in this first half, but the Titans will be bolstered by the infamous pink headgear that's just come on, Riley Jorgensen. I also saw her before kickoff practicing conversion, so we may see her kicking if the Titans manage to get across the line, but we know she'll be taking lots of hit-ups.
I think she did some kicking last week
Yeah,
when
she did.
Lauren Brown was a little bit sore.
She was very good. Very good. Well, Freddie will be excited at home watching this game of footy. It's his favourite
Absolutely.
players on the field.
To wear the pink headgear, that's his favourite tagline, isn't it?
Oh, opens up space here, Baxter, and Parker didn't get it to Fressart this time.
Baxter
Just
has
concerned.
not moved, Speedy.
Yeah, she's in agony. Clutching at a lower leg there. The Roosters number 1. This kick has gone backwards. They're concerned for one of their inspirational leaders here, and the Titans are not worried about that. What a pluck that is in traffic by another teenager, Minor Sinapati. Everyone holds their breath. Worried about an ankle injury perhaps for Corpse.
As you can see, she's still on the ground.
Saw the bunker having a look at it as well to see whether there was anything untoward or whether it's just an accident. It has Corbin Baxter stricken. Here's Jorgensen in attack.
So who's back at fullback for Corbin Baxter?
Fressard.
Frez's dropped back.
Frezard.
Great hands straight into the game. Parisi that close to confronting Fressard in the fullback role. Almost threw it out the other side, so there's space on this side. If they keep going that way, Bents! Try saver Fressard as the makeshift fullback. That is remarkable.
Oh, that was outstanding from Jamie Fressard. They had space out there on that edge, the Titans. They had numbers, an extra player with Corbin Baxter down, but what an epic one-on-one tackle. That's Corbin Baxter going down there. It doesn't look good at all.
There was nothing illegal in the tackle.
No.
It was just the way she sat down into that ankle. Just hyper-flexed it. Geez, that was a good tackle, Fressard.
So good.
She played a bit of fullback this year with in the Harvey Norman competition, but if Baxter can get back out there, that'd be great, but looks like she's limping off on the far touchline.
Yeah,
Marley will keep us going on what's happening there.
so John Strange will be getting Jolie Morris out there to play on the wing, you'd imagine, leave Fressard at fullback, but we'll wait and see. How unfortunate for Corbin Baxter and the Roosters. 25 minutes into the ball game. Still no score. Lead runners caused some drama there, but Kelleher still had enough time to kick it between winger and fullback, and look at this bounce for the Roosters.
A little bit better kick pressure there too for the Titans. They were just identifying the kick a little bit earlier, so they're able to get out and put some pressure on them.
There's a lot of ball in play again. It was up over 7 minutes last time, and I think it'll be in a very similar position at the moment. So a lot of fatigue in both of these sides.
So there is Jolie Morris defending alongside Fressard. It's Bridie Parker that's gone to fullback now. So talk about thinking on the run a moment ago when Fressard went to fullback, and now it's Parker's concern.
That's just a great team, all working in sync with one another. There it is, up over 7 minutes since the last stoppage.
So we've had 2 periods where the ball has not stopped for over 7 minutes.
That's huge.
It's absorbing sport, and that's clearly ripped out by Davis. It should be a restart or a penalty or something, and here comes the call after the touchy communicated with Casey Badger. We've got Daniel Luttringer and Tori Wilkie running the sidelines in this game.
That one was very clearly ripped out. There were 3 in the tackle, 1 around the ball.
You think the Titans should take the 2?
I would have taken the 2 before if I was the Roosters, just because of how tight this game is.
Thank you. I think the Titans definitely.
I think I would take the 2 personally.
Maybe they don't back anyone to be able to kick that. Although Jorgensen's on the field.
Jorgensen's out there.
Miles
Lauren
Brown could kick a field goal from there.
Field goal from 30 odd out, didn't she? And Canfield can kick too.
Here she is. They want to test this side defensively. That's had the reshuffle, and Chapman is dangerous.
They need to do that more. They need to find Jamie Chapman close to the line.
Rayley Narty off the long run. Oh, it opens up, and the Titans score first. Big moment at Allianz.
I would have gone for the try. Absolutely. Kept the ball in play. This is just really smart. They know exactly what their strengths are here, the Titans. And they knew they needed to get this game into a bit of an arm wrestle. And here, the Harvey Norman replay. This is the 3rd time that Rayley Narty has jumped out like this and really challenged the marker and the A defenders of the Roosters. And she's done really well here.
You can see the Titans just taking some deep breaths, but that woman there, Rayley Narty, a very crafty hooker, but it was all in the setup, the way she sells this, and a little bit of ball movement. They got the Roosters on the back foot asking some questions, but just have a close look at Rayley Narty. She's pointing to the left, There's still numbers around the ball for the Roosters, but it's how she sells it. Her whole body is facing towards that right edge. Her body, she's got the footy in two hands, she's looking that way, and she just bounces off, comes back on the inside, and that inside push that we quite often talk about in rugby league, you all need to move together, and it wasn't there.
Jorgensen adds the extras. Think back to last week, Brayley Narty, two wonderful try assists close to the try line, and maybe the Roosters had gone to work on that video during the week, and she had the dummy up her sleeve for just her 4th career try in the NRLW.
Well, she's a very crafty number 9. She's got a lot of experience, reads the ruck really well.
Steph Hancock. He's been sitting on that bench with 3 teenagers, the 41-year-old veteran, ready to go. Great cameo in this first half. The Titans playing from in front. This is dreamland for fans back on the Gold Coast, cheering on the Titans from afar, hoping they can see a team in action on grand final day. Think back to the history of Gold Coast Rugby League teams all the way back to 1988. None have ever qualified for the NRL Grand Final, and now, in just their 2nd year, chance for the Titans to make it in the NRLW.
Well, they're certainly setting it up for themselves. All off the back of that defence. That was a great kick from Lauren Brown too. Good kick chase. That's the key. You've got to try and contain the Roosters' outside backs. They've done it there with the kick chase. Big set.
They're disciplined as well, aren't they? They could have easily given away a penalty there once the held call came. And they dropped off. And they said to Pasakala, what have you got? Just onto the ground in the number 17 jumper. Here's fresh legs as well, after being relegated to the bench to Wheeler Fotu Moala. Take 2 on this set for the youngster Pasakala, who is often slotted in as a 1-2 punch with Poole on the left edge, but asked to play in the middle right now. As Kelleher drives it, and it's the deepest she's had to kick from in the entire game. Look at this field position for Politi to edge up towards halfway. Oh! And just held on in that contact. Ball came loose for a moment.
Yeah, it was a body check by Pasakala, almost dislodged the footy from Politi. But tackle too, they're 45 metres out. There's some tired bodies out there at the moment.
Tired, they look uncomfortable, the Roosters. They're used to finding points quite early. They love being front runners, but it's going to take a lot of grit to get out of this scenario because we know the Titans love a gritty game.
Politi still getting the wind back into her sails after that contact a moment ago. Chapman tripped up importantly. She came back on the angle. Here's Brayley Narty again, the try scorer for Hale, who ran a fabulous decoy on that try. And she'll play at 10 out, the skipper. They want to target that same side again. Brown finds grass in behind and just in the field of play, Fresser.
Well, this is exactly what the Raiders and the Knights were able to do to the Roosters. That just increase that level of discomfort and just keep turning the screws on the Roosters. And look at this defence now, just standing up, getting some really good line speed, good contact.
They're tight.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Karina Brown. Look at the winger. She's very close to the ruck. She's almost...
Well, she's inside the tram line. She's inside the 20 metres, and, oh, this is...
Give us space, Steph. Hey!
Steph Hancock went back for more.
Oh, no. Pasakala down here. This is another Rooster down.
She said it was an ankle.
She's in the end goal here. Pasakala, and they'll play on without her. Kelleher finds touch. Or does she? Gave Politi a little sniff.
Play the ball. Izzy, play the ball. Where do you want it? Isabel.
Oh, it was touched. There you go.
Where do you want it?
So
Touched
instead
by
of
a
a tap,
Titan.
it's a play the ball situation when an opponent touches it like
It'll be
that.
there. Play the ball. Good on, left. All right. Hold.
Buying some time for the stricken Analia Pasakala. This is that touch. And Politi. Can the Roosters find something before half-time? That does not help. Fotu Mwala coughs it up.
Okay, all up.
Well,
Coffee's
possession
on.
has only just
Stop in the
evened up
middle.
now. The Titans have actually had the higher percentage of possession throughout this entire first half. And this is exactly what the Roosters needed. They needed to be in good field position early and try and get down and just hem the Titans in. But that error there really lets the Titans off the hook.
That's a bad error. She's only been on the field for 9 minutes too.
Time off. Scrum clock still runs. All right, heads down.
You know what I'm thinking right now?
All right, both
51 seconds to go. I'm thinking lost
You're thinking
Brown time.
first kick. Oh, you're thinking
Field
field goal.
goal.
Oh.
7-0 at half-time would be
I
handy.
thought you were going to try and sell the first tackle kick again.
Just hold up. They'll
Today,
get it.
Joseph. But Lauren Brown kicked a couple of handy field goals
What was that?
this season to win by 1
All right,
point.
heads down. All right, feed it.
They've only got time for 4 or 5 plays here. They'll go for the try early, but maybe the field goal late. As Politi is taken down 41 metres out. Brown, a great organiser. Bent comes back towards the middle. Brown is staying left for now, where they think they're going to get plenty of joy. Hale keeps it central. Final 20 seconds of the first half. Hancock just collected the footy and gives them momentum here if they want to take the shot at 1. Instead, they'll look for the try. Williams-Guthrie. Is there time to play the ball before the siren? Have to be quick. Just get it in time. And Politi trying to work it out. Did she get the pass away? Still Politi. Oh, for Brown. An important tackle wrapping up the footy there from Koenig.
Don't know if we're going to head pass here or not.
Casey Badger just holding fire here on a potential penalty. I don't think there was anything wrong, though.
I think she was asking about a potential head clash. Keely Davis was down on the ground, still is down. The Roosters have been skittled a little bit here by the Titans.
Yeah, John Strange has plenty of work to do. At half-time in the semi-final, it is the Titans 6, the Roosters 0. Kelleher's kicking game a feature of that first half, but they couldn't capitalise, and they're playing catch-up here. 6-0 down, plenty of support here at Allianz. They earn the right to play here at home, and they turn that home ground advantage into a second half fight back for a spot in the grand final. Or will Gold Coast hang on for a history-making date against Newcastle on Sunday, October 1? Off deep to Baxter. And Hamilton. Oh, targeting Brayley Narty, who was bowled over by the contact.
What a run.
And Wallaroos captain come Sydney Rooster. Look at that. Bullocking stuff from Hamilton. Terrific post-contact meters on offer. And here's Boyle doing something similar. It's the 10th game of NRLW for Hamilton. Now Fotu Mwala doing some ball playing, getting Hamilton involved again. And Morris does have that role with Baxter coming back on. Kelly Davis getting a rest from the dummy half roll. Brilliant by Koenig to Parker. Can Kelleher deliver this time? Not a whole lot of go forward on it. So the Titans could afford to back off. Beware the second kick, though, as Aiken drops in a very handy one.
Good chase too.
She did a really good job, Taryn Aiken, to get back behind Isabel Kelly, who cannot kick, mind you, to be able to get that second kick away. But you can see the intent in the Roosters, that last attacking set. They came out of halftime with a lot of energy, no fatigue, and they like using the ball.
How how well did Kelleher do, because her kick wasn't the best, but she got behind Aiken and led the chase, made the tackle on Minnow Sinapati and then backed it up from marker. As a result, the Titans struggling to get out of their own 20 here. Chapman provides that.
That's a good run by Chapman, though. It's a slow play, the ball here.
She's got a concern. Got that knee heavily strapped. Missed some footy this season. And not moving a whole lot now as the Roosters drive the Titans back inside their own 20. Parisi, an unlikely kicker, and what a big win that is for the Roosters.
That wasn't the option there for Parisi. The Roosters starting with plenty of intent in this second half, and they're just forcing the Titans. They're just hemming them in to some really poor decisions.
Yeah, I don't know about that right ankle of Corbin Baxter. She just had it up off the ground when she went into contact there.
Yeah, running on one leg.
Having a quick chat to Kylie Hilda. She gave her the nod. She said, keep me out here.
Ready to attack right-hand side now, the fullback, Kelleher. For Kelly, and Baxter was going through a yawning hole. They'd created an overlap, so important for the Titans to wrap up the footy there.
Well, that's the first time this whole game we've seen Izzy swing around. Oh, there's an error in the middle. The first time that we've seen Isabel Kelly swing around onto that right side. And the Westpac red zone there. There's an error.
Just before the Roosters were about to edge in front in terms of play the balls.
Could have caught that one, Millie Boyle. That last defensive set, though, from the Roosters, they were able to pin the Titans down. Here's Jamie Chapman, where she got up looking a little bit ginger from that tackle, but she's still out there now. She's set up on the left edge of the scrum.
They're always being examined, those tackles back in the bunker, to see whether it's a hip drop potential, but
That one wasn't.
That wasn't. That was
yeah,
fine.
it's all okay from Bridie Parker. Leety goes down that short side. Thinking about it. Held on. They created an early error at the Titans, trying a similar offload in their own end. Hancock also shaped for one. Hancock v Boyle. And there's unnecessary contact from Fodder Moala.
That one was very, very close. We've seen ones like that throughout the season being given the opposite way against the attacking side. But Steph Hancock is able to wrangle a penalty for her team. It's Karen Murphy, she would have been very proud of her charges at halftime and been asking for an even bigger effort in the second half.
Matty Geyer keeps it pretty relaxed alongside her. Smile on his face there with some TV time. Of course, he's been a grand final hero. Think back to the record crowd, 100,000 plus, to watch the Storm win in '99 at the Core Stadium. Now Brown trying to tee it up, and somehow an intercept is taken by Kelleher. A pass intended for Bent.
She did very, very well to juggle that one. She knew the pass was coming, so she got herself in the passing lane. You see so many of those go to ground, and is this the turn of the tide for the Roosters?
Look at that. Eyes on Bent. And double knock on perhaps, but it was definitely going to be Roosters' ball. I think the first knock on was against Bent, so not a whole lot doing on that front as Poole takes on Kiriaratu once more. Foti Moala. A pass from Davis to Kelleher, got them on the front foot again. Fressard hunting down Minnow Sinapati here. Found some room. Brilliant return by Destiny.
That's a really, really good run to get their set started. She's made it up nearly to the 20-metre line, and another one from Karina Brown. They need to tighten up the Roosters. They need to tighten up in defence.
Outside backs heavily involved here. And still going Politi. Eventually taken down by Hamilton. Telstra is the proud naming rights partner of the NRL Telstra Women's Premiership. This is footy country. So into Roosters territory for the first time in a little while for Gold Coast. Still got that halftime lead of 6-0. Crafty by Hancock. Back to Martor, who straightens things up. Boyle trying to reef it out one-on-one potentially. Martor held on. So on the last, Brown goes high. Parker waits underneath it. Oh! Chapman rose high, but Parker somehow holds on.
Wow, Bridie Parker. That was insane. She's in a little bit of strife now, but what a take. If she didn't get that, Jamie Chapman was in for 4 points for all money. That was huge.
This replay will give us the best view of this.
Oh.
Oh, and the Roosters get a relieving penalty. The Titans were really starting to turn the screws on them. That is a brave take. A brave take by Bridie Parker. She's still feeling it.
Of course she is.
The big ones in.
Jamie Chapman is enormous.
Handy time for a piggyback.
Front foot on the 40.
What about this?
Oh, she got knees right in the ribs too.
Chapman was helped back to her feet as well by a teammate because she's
she
in the
rattled
wars
herself.
right now. No scoring, but intriguing battle here. Pass hit the deck and Kelly just had to pounce on the footy with Brown lurking.
No, she wasn't happy. We haven't seen Taryn Aitken with a lot of good ball, but I think that's credit to the Titans' defence. They just haven't allowed her that time and space. Put the pressure on the pass just then.
Kelleher.
Oh, on three.
Decides to kick really early, and there's space in behind Politi.
Chase has got to be up to it though. The four in front of her are there, but the middle is so fractured.
Where does she find the energy from? Politi opens up space for Chapman. And look at the return here from the Titans, back to halfway after that early kick from Kelleher that looks ill-advised now. Minor Sinapati, they're just gliding from one side of the field to the other right now.
Good tackle, Aiken.
Hancock. Can they get this lead out beyond the converted try? Nazi, who scored their only try so far.
Well, it's a really good angle, that one, just to see the Titans.
Oh, knocked on by Boyle for 6 more here.
Making really good meters. The Roosters, there was no line speed for those first 3 tackles. Just waiting for them to run into contact. They've done it again here. That's another 10 meters from Georgia Hale.
How's the composure? Plenty of time, plenty of tackles up their sleeve now. Knocking on the door of a second 4-pointer. Hancock sets them up. They can go left or right. Which way will Brayley Nati go? Fires it to Brown. Betts trying to wriggle her way through. Great contact.
Frezard again.
Multiple try savers from Jamie Fressard. Still time to settle things through Martor and maybe have a crack on the right. They'll surely go for 2 now, leading by 6.
Keely Davis.
Been pinged a couple of times, Keely Davis. And Brayley Nati looking for the signal of 2, and they'll surely take a shot. They will.
Yeah, they are.
So Riley Jorgensen lining up the chance to make it 8-0 to the visitors, the Gold Coast Titans. Remember, it's 35-minute halves here, so a 70-minute game. Time ticking away from the Sydney Roosters here at Allianz Stadium. Beware the pink headgear. Jorgensen keeping it on for this shot at penalty goal and nails it. Another close-up for Riley Jorgensen to look at on the big screen. She got one last week in Canberra, didn't she? Because Freddie's made her
Look at the little wave. That's so good.
One of 5 teenagers backed in by Karen Murphy to play week in, week out for these Titans, and youth is delivering.
She was also player of the match in the 19s Origin game before NRLW season kicked off. I think she really showed her credentials there, as did Kirioratu and Mino Sinapati, all 3 for Queensland.
And remember, one of their marquee signings, Talia Fuima-Ono, hasn't been seen since round 1, is available.
She's 18th today for them.
Waffy Paul playing in the 14 today. Haven't seen her yet. Short side. Bent running those trademark lines. That's what's on the line. A spot in the grand final against the Knights next Sunday. Kick-off 3:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Savings Time, so 2:55 p.m. up in Queensland for the NRLW Grand Final. As Brown goes high, another test for Parker. Here comes Chapman again, and Parker stepped around it.
Another brave take, considering she'd got pumped the last time she put herself in that position, to hold her nerve. It's incredible. What else is incredible is just how much energy these Titans have got. The game has gotten longer and they've just gotten better.
Oh, Williams-Guthrie got down low, and then Jorgensen helps out for a second consecutive tackle. He's a tackling machine. Fressard's been one of the Roosters' best. And they need an inspirational moment big time. The Sydney Roosters, Joseph tries to provide it. Space for Aiken, off the back of it. Taryn Aiken still going and kicks, and didn't realise that Mino Sinapati was reading the game again brilliantly.
Yeah, she knew she had to get a kick away because it was the last, but I don't mind that from Taryn Aiken. They were all just one-out runs in the lead-up. Keely Joseph had a really good run through the middle, so Taryn Aiken was like, nah, I'll take them on here, beat Jorgensen for pace. But I think the way the Roosters get themselves into the game here, and there's obviously a lot of fatigue in their side, they're quite obviously carrying a couple of injuries as well, but they need to just dig deep, they need to use the footy. They look really dangerous when they shift on 2 and then try and punch through the middle that way.
Concern for the 2-time premiership player, Steph Hancock, on the sidelines right now, nursing a shoulder. Second phase here for Loz Brown. She's made that number 7 jumper her own at the back end of this campaign. Now Kirioratu, the 6. Parker, talk to Fressard, and they worked it out, those 2 in the end.
Handled another job, Jamie Fressard. She's on fire.
She grip was the cry because the tackle had slipped high by Hale on Parker, nothing untoward. There's Jess Surgis hoping her team can fight back here and give her the chance of getting up for grand final day. Right now they'd love her to get out there and try and deliver in the centres.
Oh, that's touch. This will be a 6 again.
Yep, tidied up by Joseph after the touch from Kirioratu.
This is good. They need to get a little bit of momentum and then play some footy here, the Roosters. You could see Taryn Aiken knew that that was the case because she got the footy in her hand on the 4th there. So that's good signs that she's cottoned on.
Just need some run shape here, though, the Roosters. They're very, very flat. Oh.
Had a running battle with both opposing front rowers.
Yeah.
Again, slow play the ball. This time Elliston all over Hill-Moana. Here's Aiken coming into the game more and more. Space opens up here for Parker. And Chapman dragged her down from behind, but they're inside the red zone, midway through the tackle count. Morris looking for options, goes to Aiken eventually, but a little flat-footed as a result.
Right, too slow around the ruck. The play the balls and the dummy half service, too slow.
Quicker this time for Koenig, room to move. Baxter couldn't hold on in traffic.
Great defence from the Titans again, Roo. Have you been impressed throughout these nearly 52 minutes, just how the way they've handled themselves in defence?
Absolutely. And I think we spoke about this pre-game and throughout the week as well. We knew that if they could get into a dogfight, that they would really push the Roosters. And, you know, you spoke about the Roosters being uncomfortable. They're not used to being in this position. So if the Titans can maintain their discipline, they could go all the way here.
The best attack in the comp all season. 55 tries in 9 games, being held to zip right now.
Well, that's it. They haven't let them attack the Titans, and we've had quite a few periods where there's been a lot of ball in play. We can see the time popping up now. Again, it's up over 5 minutes, so a lot of fatigue throughout both halves of this game, and I just think the Titans have done such a good job to contain them.
Kiriaratu under pressure again, but gets nice deep penetration on the kick all the way down to Parker once more. And look at the line.
I was going to say, look at that kick chase line. That's outstanding.
Well, if you're looking at fatigue as well, with 52 minutes gone, just under 18 minutes left in the game, the Roosters have already used 8 interchange. They've only got 2 left. The Titans have used 4. They can roll their forwards through this last 18, 17 odd minutes and just keep bringing that energy.
Yeah, that's those 2 changes that you don't budget for to get Baxter off and then on. Grand final day coverage on Nine's Wide World of Sports starts at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Looking forward to bringing it all to you as Jorgensen nails Taryn Aiken and gives her a little bit extra too. I think Aiken appreciated it as Kelleher drives it out towards the wing of Minor Sinapati. Oh, beautiful. What a player Destiny Minor Sinapati is, weaving her way through traffic. This teenager has a massive future in the game of rugby league. She won't be on the wing throughout her entire career, I don't think.
No way. Well, with Ivania Politi there, she might stay, but it's no surprise that we saw Politi and now Karina Brown jump in for a run off the back of that momentum.
And all the space they're finding next to and behind the ruck.
Another teenager on, Lofipour in the dummy half roll. Kiriaratu trying to get rid of Kelly. So she's out of play. Loz Brown, as a result, wraps around, ready to kick on the rights. And lovely looking kick too. Oh, Parker, in the end, had to concede. What a kick, what game awareness from Loz Brown.
Oh, well, a set of 6 doesn't get much better than that from the Titans. It was great. Great work from Minor Sinapati to set up with her run, and then just to dink in that nice little kick from Lauren Brown, put Brady Parker under all sorts of pressure. Great kick option, great chase. They get another crack now, the Titans.
No thoughts of going short. I thought they might. Happy to back their defence and try and stay within 8 here, the Roosters, but they're under enormous pressure right now. 15 minutes to go. Westpac red zone, play the balls locked up at 13 apiece, and the Titans edging in front now.
Well, it looks like the Roosters have made an in-game change. Corbin Baxter's playing right wing and Bridie Parker's dropped to fullback.
Elliston. Converted try would just about be a knockout blow. Brown. Oh, Loz Brown was about to reach out and she's centimetres away. Gave the referee a good long look at it, but Koenig has saved the try. Oh, Lofipour and knock on by Elliston. The Roosters are hanging in there.
Never a decoy. No such thing as a decoy.
Middle. Scrum in the middle.
They bombed that opportunity. What about this run from Lauren Brown? So close. So close.
You got 15 seconds.
I think all the way back when the Roosters had that gift shot at 2, would have been handy to be on the board about now, wouldn't it, Ruth?
Oh, look, hindsight is always 20/20. But taking the 2 from the Titans for the second time, looking very smart.
Again, tackles to be made for Shante Kiriaratu, who's been ready and waiting for that challenge. And speaking of tackles, Georgia Hale tops the list. 40 plus yet again. Workhorse.
Stand up.
Aiken. On the angle goes Poulet. And Hale gets involved as one of the three in that tackle.
Get square.
Look where they're forced to kick from.
Again.
Inside their own half, the Titans let it bounce and sits up very kindly for Politi.
This is just all defense from the Titans. To be able to contain this Rooster side, the best attacking team in the competition, and just not let them, that's a good shot, but just not let them fire any of their shots. This has been huge from the Titans.
Here she goes again, Minor Sinapati, centre field. Let's get down to Marley Silva.
As we mentioned before, Corbin Baxter pushed out to the wing as a result of that injured ankle, but she's now come off, and it's clearly she's in quite a bit of pain and was trying to work through it, but she doesn't look like she will complete this match, and it's now Jolie Morris who's out on this right wing outside Jamie Fassard.
Thank you, Marley. That's big news. As the Roosters scatter here.
Yeah, I understand, but we've
So
got...
one interchange
I
left for the
understand, but it's player
Roosters.
safety. It'll be on last tackle. Just hold on with
And
Maya.
Hilmawana is an HIA candidate.
Was it just a head clash?
We do have Millicent Scott as the 18th player today.
Hold on, Georgia. Georgia. All right, time on last
Not a
tackle.
situation
Go.
yet where you can call upon her, though. Oh, Loffy pull. Look what she found. Space here, and that's okay. Little double ricochet involving the Roosters, but Aiken tidied up. They're a long way from home.
Tackle 2. Number
Hilmawana.
15. 15?
16.
16. Yeah,
16,
she looked a
Maya,
little
yeah.
rattled when she got up,
16,
didn't she?
yeah.
Shaking the head, squinting the eyes.
It'll be 2. We'll just wait for you to get your replacement. It'll be 2.
So she, unless this game goes to extra time, she won't be returning to the fray tonight.
And who's left to come on? The referee just said, we'll wait for your replacement to come on, but they're
Yes.
searching for them.
Well, Grace Hamilton and Tuila Fotumoa, there we go. Grace Hamilton is coming on.
Okay, on the play the ball, not the whistle. Time on. Go.
Koenig, determined run.
Load, yes, out.
12 minutes to go. Still trailing by 8 points, the Roosters. Strong favourites, and now Kelly finds Aiken somehow, and Jorgensen was in her peripheral and creates an error. Well done, Riley Jorgensen. and going on with it
push
here.
and shove. Jeez, Riley Jorgensen just loomed up in Taryn Aiken's windscreen
Taryn, stay
then.
out. We don't need...
Look at her
Oh, no, I
smile.
spoke to her, but you as well, right?
M-A-D.
Alright.
I love her.
Just
Time
a
off
really
for the
good run
injury.
from Isabel Kelly. Kept it under the right
Beg
wing
your
and then
pardon?
two hands when she saw the support play from Taryn Aiken, but it was the defensive pressure from Riley Jorgensen that created that error.
It's just what the rule is. It was well over.
Just listening to the conversation between the referee and the Roosters there, they wanted to challenge that. They believed it was touched by a Titan first.
All right. Say that again. Yeah, yeah.
Time
On
had
the
run
line
out
here
there
us?
for any challenge. They still both have
Line,
their
move back to
captain's
the line,
challenges up their sleeve. It's probably the longest we've gone all season without a captain's challenge here in the
would have been
59th minute.
unsuccessful challenge anyway, just so you know. All right, heads down.
How does Casey know unless you got a tip up from the bunker?
Well, she does. They're in her ear the whole time.
Good to go?
And that's just keeping players cool, I suppose. Good game management by Casey Badger. That's why she gets the big occasions now, doesn't she? Very good referee.
Ivania Polidi's certainly taken this game under her wing, hasn't she? She's run before that run for 215 metres, but very heavily involved, particularly after she made a couple of errors early on in the game. There you go. Metres gained 215. Add a couple to that from the last run as well.
Aiken trying to make something happen. Did she get a touch? Yes, she did. Tackle count restarts.
Keep your eye out for Taryn Aiken when the Roosters get the ball back as well, because she is looking to make a change. I think she'll become heavily involved and pop up both sides of the ruck.
Just controlling this ball game. The Gold Coast Titans under Karen Murphy. Here they go again for Bents. Through Kelleher, who just held on to the one arm before Hamilton arrived. And drive Shaylee Bent a long way back. Didn't appreciate it either, Shaylee. Murphy Paul keeping it central for Hale. And they're ready to go right-hand side. Lofipaw though. Post came in handy for the Roosters. There's another defender. Politi. Kiriaratu. Good awareness there. Didn't try and force a kick because there was still one more play. And Brown wraps around again to that favoured side. Great positioning by Bridie Parker. Oh, 10 minutes to go. They've got the footy 99 metres from where they want it to be.
Well, Parker did really well there. She was actually... Oh, here we go.
Here she is.
Marcus called out of it. Aiken exploits it, but then runs into Politi.
Yeah, but look at the Roosters behind. You could throw a tea towel over them. They're all compressed. That fatigue that we've been speaking about really on show at the moment. Just under 10 minutes left in this game. They need to pick up the energy, the Tricolours.
Oh, far from 100% with that shoulder. What can she deliver in the closing stages here, Millie? Hamilton hasn't given up. Kelleher caught on the wrong side a little, had to improvise. Plenty of hang time. Politi, who dropped a few early, with confidence got to that one on the full. The stage is set for the NRL Grand Final showdown. And today we have been deciding who will battle it out in the 2023 NRLW Grand Final. The Newcastle Knights are there, the Titans well on their way. Real Glory is calling, and you can be part of it. Get your tickets, go on sale 10 a.m. Monday, nrl.com/tickets.
Again, you can just see the fatigue in the Roosters' defensive line. The run previous to that from Williams-Guthrie. They're just sitting back on their heels and waiting. Making a lot of meters.
Can they find the hammer blow here? Oh, Brown wanted it left-hand side.
I would too if I had Jamie Chapman out there.
Oh, this might work out. It's knocked on in the end by Kelly. I think it was okay until then. Referee says what?
She's still injured. Can challenge? Time off. All right, Bucky, we're coming into tackle 6. We have a captain's challenge from Titans on the decision of knock on.
There was a bit going on, wasn't there, Rue?
Yeah, there was. There was. I watching it first look, I thought this is probably a good challenge, as I thought it came off Mia Wood first, but then that right hand of Brown may have snuck in just ahead of it.
Just looking at the right hand here of Karina Brown.
Clearly a touch.
Hits the right hand of Karina Brown first, and the ball travels forward, which is a knock on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Got that job in the bunker.
Yeah, Mark just over there, is he?
Still on offer, mate.
Just wait for the whistle, is he?
Not that I want to lose you here, but double up.
8 minutes to go, trailing by 8.
Okay, time on. Yep.
How do the Roosters turn this one around? Late. Well, that doesn't help.
Not like that, Speedy.
Well, look at the energy from the Titans.
All right, she's up. Clock is on.
Has Freddie's line become a thing now for opposition players? Are they all thinking in their head before they go to bed before a game against Riley Jorgensen?
Oh,
beware
about the pink headgear? Maybe.
Look at her celebrate that one, Riley Jorgensen.
Yeah, she hulked out then, didn't she?
Vocal.
This is what you need. This is what you want from your bench players. They have to come on. They have to lift energy because everyone else has been out there. They're fatigued. They're tired. They need that burst. But look at this setup.
They've got 4 out here. And Politi, oh, what a tackle, Fressard. Not many stop Politi one-on-one like that. Lofipaw. Hale, Kiriaratu. Oh, so graceful. Thought she was going to go on the outside where there was so much space, but held on. Knew the clock is in the Titans' favour. Elliston confronted by Boyle. Running battle throughout the 70 minutes between those two. Now Hale. Did well to adjust. Pass off the mark, but now it's working out. Minnow Sinapani, and it is the destiny for these Gold Coast Titans to reach the grand final. It's theirs now. They'll be taking on Newcastle on grand final day.
Wow, what an epic scene that is. The Titans women getting around Minos Zinopani. That last pill, an absolute bullet from Ivania Politi. But you've got to take it back to the Roosters. The pressure that the Titans put them under to force the error. They got a full set of 6 here off a scrum. Georgia Hale finds Lauren Brown, and it's nice and early ball to Ivania Politi. She gets Jamie Frezard's attention and just absolutely fires a bullet. The winger came in. What a try to the Titans.
What a pill that was. She flung that out beautifully, Politi. She squares up on the defence. Well, the Titans, all the pressure they've been able to bring to bear on the Roosters. Now, we spoke at length about them getting this into a bit of a dogfight, and that is exactly how they've played. They've kept the ball in play for significant periods of time throughout this game, and they just worn the Roosters down. But watching this back, that service that Hale provides in the middle, she allows Brown and Kiriratu to sit a little wider, and the pass she has misses so many defenders, and that just gets them straight onto that edge quickly. And look at that.
Yep.
You don't normally see a lot of emotion out of Karen Murphy.
And they can afford to miss, you'd think.
No goal.
Leading by 12, and Jorgensen just gives it to the Roosters fans now, saying, look at the scoreboard.
Make sure we stay on. Stay on.
So the Roosters go short from the kickoff and get it back through Koenig. Need to be perfect, need 2 converted tries in the last 5 minutes.
Clear it together. Square, Brittany.
Best field position they've had in a long time. Keely Davis back out there to orchestrate things from dummy half. Finds her great mate Millie Boyle. Aiken. Back on the angle goes Poulet. Oh, what contact by Shaylee Bent, creating another error.
The defence. They will challenge this one. And
All right, Bucky,
crazy
we have a
not to the
Roosters
Roosters.
challenge. Captain's challenge and Roosters on the decision of knock on.
What's your first thought? Loose carry or knocked out clean by the Titans?
loose carry.
Yeah, loose carry. It's obviously it's hit by a Titan, but it's a loose carry to start with because Pasicala's looking to fend at the same time.
Yeah. Ruan Sims doesn't need the bunker.
The Roosters just lose the ball on contact. There's no strip. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Even a broken watch is right twice a day, sweetie.
No challenges.
One take, Casey Badger didn't need any help either. She saw it in real time.
We're just going to be here.
And Shaylee Bent
Make sure you're with the touch judges.
with another big moment defensively. This is remarkable. The best defence in the comp all season, held to zip.
Yep, that is huge.
Time on.
And I've said a few times throughout this game how impressive the Titans' defence have been to nullify the best attacking team in the competition. For 66 minutes so far, they have not been able to score a point. That is
even
tremendous.
looked like it.
No, not even nearly. It has been a tremendous effort from the Titans. From defending their line to, I think the line speed has been the significant difference between the two clubs. There's been a lot of fatigue, but they just have not wavered in that area. And they're used to playing in these tight games. They're used to not having to score too many points, so they're comfortable with small margins, whereas I don't think the Roosters are comfortable with that. And I think they've proved it again in today's game.
In bottom corner, you can see the 2 trophies on the line next Sunday. NRLW comp, NRL comp. 2 amazing grand finals to look forward to. Panthers hunting a 3-peat, against the Brisbane Broncos and all their flair in the NRL, and then the NRLW. The Gold Coast Titans look like they'll be taking on Newcastle, and all season long, even in pre-season, Karen Murphy sold the dream. Let's be the first team to bring a title to the Gold Coast, and they're going to get that chance.
Yeah, maiden opportunity for them. This is fantastic. And the turnaround, I think we've spoken about this as well. They were wooden spooners last year. They're now challenging for the title in 1 year. It's an incredible effort.
That ball almost came loose for Davis. Got the all clear. 2.5 minutes. Look at the bench, how excited they are.
Oh, they're getting told to sit down. Oh,
I wouldn't be able to if I was down there, if I was them.
Yeah, don't breach the interchange protocols by jumping on the field too early here, but they'll celebrate big time, and rightly so.
Rue, what did we say Isabel Kelly's average metres were before the game?
187 metres.
So at the
She
moment,
averaged.
she's currently sitting at 119, and there are only another 2 players up over 100. That just speaks volumes about the Titans' defence today, their ability to nullify some of their biggest attacking weapons, getting out of their own half, having that impact. It's just been tremendous on the other side of the ball.
On the flip side, the Titans have 6 players well over 100 metres. Politi, 246. She has been a workhorse for them this afternoon. Actually, with that run, Karina Brown, she makes the 7th player that goes over 100.
One-two punch again. Newcastle will have to prepare for that. Martor and Elliston. Now Brown. What a difference maker she has been as the dominant half. And look at the way she finds touch here, 5 metres out. The Roosters only held scoreless once before.
Play the ball in the middle.
That was against the Broncos in 2019 when Brisbane won that game 20 points to 0. But it looks like the Titans have achieved that goal here today. Go all the way back to 1988. The Gold Coast Giants, Choppy Close, Billy Johnston, Rambo Gibbs. That's when Gold Coast had their first crack at top flight rugby league. None of those iterations of the Gold Coast team able to make the grand final, including the men's Titans team, who've been there in the finals but not going to the big dance. But the NRLW team is. What an achievement. This team that'll have a big build-up on the Gold Coast this week, heading on to grand final day.
An incredible achievement off the back of an incredible performance. This game has been grand final worthy itself. The way they've turned up, the way they've prepared, the energy they've turned out with, the game plan they've executed. And Politi, she'll just run this one out. And they deserve this, the Titans.
Well, their motivation all season long has been to bring a long-awaited title to the glitter strip. And now the Titans get their chance. A grand final for the Gold Coast in the NRLW, and they'll take on the Newcastle Knights. That is an occasion to look forward to.
This just gives me goosebumps. Gives me goosebumps when I see these scenes. Roosters heavy favourites coming into the season whole, not just tonight's game. And the way the Titans have executed Karen Murphy's game plan, the way they've turned out and played for each other, it's just been so inspirational and so impressive. And next week, that is going to be an epic clash.
Full time here at Allianz Stadium. The Titans have come to the Roosters home ground and won by 12 points to 0.